Hey guys, Stone Cold 913 bringing you another Let's Look At, or Let's Have a Go At. I'm still finalizing the name, I don't know what the hell they call these things. We're looking at Plantera, a farming resource management clicker game from Vrag TP. Uh, no, what's it actually called? It's over here in the yeah. So, what is this game? It's, like I said, a farming clicker based resource management game. Um, where you got this little blue guy and he collects your resources, you buy things, and you sort of level up your farm, or as they call it, garden in the game. Um, there's different levels of items, and each type of item, so like in the ground, bush, tree, animal, each has, a couple of different variations, each one better than the last. Before we get too deep into it, we're going to go into the settings, which is the gear icon in the bottom right corner. This game is available for PC and Android, if I'm not mistaken. Up here in the top, you get your music on, music off toggle, sound on, sound off toggle for ambient noise, full screen toggle, information. You get a language choice, so the tooltips and info and stuff like that, all right there for you. Your reset button here to reset your farm to back to 0 and start over. Gonna resume. Um, this game definitely sort of reminds me of um, mobile clicker resource management type games. So it's not entirely, you know, it's not bad. It feels like a mobile game because it is a mobile game. There you go. You see that we leveled up. From levels 1 to 4, you will unlock the tabs, and then each one after will rotate. So, first tab, then second tab, third, fourth, and then back to first. Right now, we just unlocked blueberry trees. Right now, each of these items has a tooltip, or not a tooltip, like an info box to tell you something about it. Tells you what type of plot it is, how many are in the plot, and what each resource is worth. So each carrot is worth 1 coin. Each blueberry is worth 1 coin. The game has a little bit of 3 dimension to it, so you have a layering sort of effect. When we get to the next tab, you'll notice that I'll be able to put something behind the blueberry tree to add to the depth. So it does go in that sort of way. And as you progress through the game, you'll get more of these little blue guys that will collect your resources and sort of automate the game for you. I really like that they added automation to the game, right off the bat. Ooh, magpies, moles. We leveled up, knocking out the critters, as they're called by the in-game tooltips or info boxes. Nets you coins and you sometimes or usually more experience. We're gonna drop an apple tree right there. We got 2 blue guys now, so we can keep our resources coming in at a nicer, quicker pace. If we right click and hold and drag, so sort of like on a touch device, we can see that there's a couple of arrows, signs on either side. That's for us to expand the garden outwards towards the edges of the screen. And we're just going to wait until we hit level 4. The art style of the game is really nice. At 1080 on my screen, I think the game looks a little, low res. But on a mobile device, which is where I think that this probably, began life, um, I think that it would look actually pretty good. You wouldn't notice some of the aliasing or anything like that. Granted, I think that the aliasing is part of the art style anyway, so it's hidden nicely behind the colorful pieces. There we go. We unlocked the fourth tab, which is little animals. Crack that magpie on the head. Chickens, or hens, each lay one egg, and the eggs are worth 3 coins. So you see how, resources start to ramp up in value pretty quickly. And I mean, you can click everything, so this can be a very manual game. A good double click, triple click on something still hanging from a tree or something like that will net you the item without, too much fuss. And we can see how the game sort of quickly gets a little out of hand. There we go. We got a fox. Those are one of the, more annoying critters because they will drive your animals and I think your blue guys off to the sides of the screen so that they won't be gathering your resources. There's also little rabbits that'll come through and they'll actually eat your resources. So like carrots or your blueberries or whatever, if it's on the ground, they'll grab it. The soundtrack for the game is actually pretty good. I do like it. It's got, nice energy to it. Keeps it upbeat while you're trying to get through some of the lower end resource gain. You're gonna go with another apple tree. Most of it's gonna get deleted sooner or later anyway. There you go. You saw the fox sort of scaring my hen away. And when they're scared, that usually delays the gain of resources. One of the things that I do want to express my sort of concern and my voiceover is the lack of like granular control in the settings menu. A toggle for music on, music off, and sound on, sound off is sort of annoying. I'd like to turn the music down. It's a little loud. I actually had to turn the OBS settings down or else it'd be a little overpowering. But right now in my ear it's pretty dang loud. So beware of that. And then there are keyboard controls, so W and D, or D and A do send you to either side of the screen, or, will drag you to either side of the screen. Q and E will sort of snap you to, the right or left edge of the screen. And W will recenter you. But that's about as far as the keyboard commands go. Escape does nothing. It doesn't even open up the settings menu, so you can definitely tell that there's still some PC optimization that needs to be done for this game. So, one of the last things that we'll get into before I sort of, close out the video will be the blue star menu. Over here, you get four items. You get alarm clock, increases the time your helpers work while you're away from the game. So currently, these guys will only work when I close out the game for an hour. So when you come back into the game, it'll calculate your resources gained for total length of an hour. You also get manure, doubles coin production forever, so it's a permanent upgrade. that will double everything. So like the carrots will be worth 2, the apples will be worth 2, turnips will be worth 6. So it definitely, that actually pays to grab at some point. Alright. The dog, which is one of the most useful pets, is he protects the garden against critters, increasing gain while night playing. So one of the things the game takes into account while you're away is the critters and what they would do. So when you're not here, or when you're here, you can click on the rabbit and send him away. But if you look at him, he'll just come by and he'll find the first resource that's sort of available, or he'll wait until one of them is ready to go, and he'll come by and throw it up in the air and try to eat it. I can't. I'm doing that. Nah, okay, so there's no way I'll catch him doing it, but take my word for it, he throws it up, tilts his head back, and chomp. That's where the dog comes in handy. And then the scarecrow, which is limited to 2 per sort of area. So you have to expand in left and right directions to gain more space for scarecrows. But they pretty much effectively shoo away the magpies so that they don't come down and steal anything from you. And that's about it. I mean, as you progress, you see, as you level up, you'll unlock more and more efficient resources. Like I just unlocked the raspberry bush, where I can replace my blueberries by hitting delete, and I can replace those with raspberries, and each raspberry is worth more than the blueberries were. So you can see how the optimization of your resources comes in. That's where your management of resources comes in as well. So you gotta keep on track and see which ones you've got unlocked, which ones you don't. Am I gonna be able to? 2 more. Ugh. One of the later pets that you can get is the pig. And what's interesting about the pig is it's one of the only ones that I know of yet. I only played this originally for about 2 hours. I restarted my farm for this video. The pig has random reward. So he has dirt, shoe, I think charcoal, and then gold that he can dig up out of the ground. And each one's worth a little bit more than the last. The gold being worth the most at 15. But it's a random chance for getting the gold. So, depending on what you want to spend your money on, because the pigs, they rack up in price pretty quickly. Don't quite satisfy the whole most efficient ways of gaining resources box. But yeah, that's pretty much Plantera in a nutshell. Click, get resources, and unlock more and more high-end resources. One of the things I do want to complain about, because I like to complain, is that I can't just override an item or a placed plant with another one. So like, I unlocked the new trees, and I can't just click where an apple tree was to put down a pear tree. I have to delete the apple tree. So that's a little annoying, but that's just something that could easily be fixed in, an update. The game currently retails for $2.99 on Steam. You can also pick it up on the Android Play Store, if I'm not mistaken. If you can, I'll put the link in the description. If you can't, then you know that I didn't do my job. But if you liked the video, hit the like button. If you want to see more of these videos, hit subscribe. And, ooh, damn it, I let a magpie get away with a pair. Saw that live. Alright. Yeah, like button, subscribe. Let me know what you thought in the comments. Go give Plantera some exposure. Get the guy, you know, some more sales. And hopefully we can get some updates to bring this into being more of a PC compatible game, where instead of more like a mobile port that actually plays well. Alright guys, I'm Stone Cold 913, and I'll see you at the next video.